From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News. Here's Chris Carl.
Among Delaware's top stories for Thursday, March 13th, another potential Republican candidate for governor says he won't run. Lawmakers consider banning texting while driving. And the Powerball jackpot is going up again. Here are the details. Retired judge and two-time candidate for governor Bill Lee has decided not to run for the Republican nomination this year. Lee says he talked with Republican Party leaders who provided him with polling data and other information. But he says the bottom line is his operation isn't set up to raise a large amount of money in a short amount of time. As to what the party should do now, Lee suggests they look for a young person and fresh face. Mike Protak and Dave Graham are also seeking the Republican nomination. You most likely see it every day. In fact, maybe you do it yourself. But now the General Assembly wants to address the issue of texting while driving. WDEL legislative correspondent Carl Konevsky reports from Dover.
Representative Debbie Hudson, a Greenville Republican, sponsored a bill to ban texting, citing statistics that back her concern.
AAA has a Delaware study that says 91% of people feel that there should be a law against text messaging while operating a motor vehicle.
Hudson says she's holding the bill to work out enforcement issues with state police, but says increasing awareness of the problem was also one of her goals.
I hope I brought the issue to kitchen tables where mothers and fathers talk to their children about just how much attention this takes away from driving, and that maybe they can have a home rule against it in the meantime.
I'm Carl Konevsky, 1150 AM, WDEL.
Issues surrounding the proposed power purchase agreement between Delmarva Power and Blue Water Wind were back before the General Assembly yesterday. The House Energy and Natural Resources Committee heard two resolutions. The first, sponsored by Talleyville Republican Bob Valahura, and approved by the committee, calls on Controller General Russ Larson to vote in favor of the proposed contract. Larson's holdout on behalf of lawmakers led to the agreement's tabling last year. The second, also approved by the group, calls for legislation to spread the cost of electricity produced by a proposed 150-turbine wind farm off the coast of Rehoboth to all Delawareans, not just Delmarva Power customers. Mayor Baker says Wilmington is in its best shape in 50 years. WDEL News continues in a moment.
The best place to buy your new floor is at your local Carpet One store, where we offer true flooring expertise, from a great selection of famous name floors to guaranteed installation. That's something you won't find at those big warehouses, internet sites, or traveling carpet shops. And with our 1,000 store buying power, we offer you the best warranties and the best values in flooring. Carpet One, the one store for your perfect floor.
You're the one, you're the one.
Lawmakers wanting to give you transparency in government say they're forced to take their show on the road. WDEL's Carl Konevsky has that from Dover.
Senate Minority Leader Charlie Copeland introduced legislation to open the business of the state. Bills he says have been met by the dreaded desk drawer veto, what he calls a fatal flaw in Senate rules, allowing bills to die without going through the committee hearing process. That process is forcing those bills to be reintroduced in the House. The Greenville Republican says the way Senate Democrats conduct business holds the state back.
There is a wave of openness and transparency that is sweeping the country. Bills passed at the federal level that are already implemented. Bills passed in numerous other states at this point in time, and Delaware, once again, is sitting on the sidelines watching while the rest of the country moves forward in the 21st century.
Jim Bowers of the Delaware Taxpayer Coalition says passage of these bills will get Delawareans answers a lot faster than a Freedom of Information Act request.
These bills are going to give tools for the average citizen to identify waste, fraud, and abuse in the way the government handles its finances. We certainly have FOIA. A lot of folks rely on FOIA. But FOIA lets information be available, not necessarily accessible.
North Wilmington Republican Representative Greg Lavelle sponsors the House legislation and promises quick committee hearings. Reporting from Legislative Hall in Dover, I'm Carl Konevsky, 1150 AM, WDEL.
Well, Delaware now stands just one step away from having its first single-gender charter school. The Senate Education Committee approved legislation yesterday to change the law and allow for the boys-only Prestige Academy to open in the fall. Federal regulations allows for single-gender schools, but Delaware currently bars them based on gender discrimination. The bill, which has already passed in the House, now moves to the full Senate. Lieutenant Governor John Carney is out with his agricultural plan for Delaware. The Democratic candidate for governor wants to protect and preserve farms and protect the environment through an aggressive nutrient management program. Carney adds increasing development, rising costs, and severe weather have hit farmers hard this year and made it difficult to operate, let alone grow crops. Wilmington's biggest cheerleader says the city is in its best shape in 50 years. WDEL's Melanie Armstrong reports.
Mayor Baker made that assessment at the annual State of the Downtown breakfast. He says redevelopment of the downtown, the riverfront, and neighborhoods is generating excitement.
All of that together has come up to be about $2.5 billion of development. For such a small city, that's astronomical. Also, the idea of ideas. We got people coming up with new ideas about promoting the city, different events, just getting involved, thinking about making the city better.
We've had over $2 billion of investment in the last 6 years, residential, business, office buildings, small businesses locating here. It's just been completely astounding how much development has happened in this city, and I think that speaks highly to the state of our city. It is a strong, strong city with even more growth and even more improvement to happen in the next few years.
The redevelopment of Market Street is seen as key.
People think about Trolley Square as an interesting downtown neighborhood. Market Street can be an interesting downtown neighborhood with a mix of entertainment and food and retail and shopping and living and commercial space all together.
Baker says the city has won 10 national awards in the last year, including recognition for its historic preservation and for being a walkable city. He notes crime, poverty, and deteriorating neighborhoods are still challenges, but the city continues to work on those issues. Melanie Armstrong, 1150 AM, WDEL.
The Powerball lottery jackpot is getting even bigger. None of the tickets sold for last night's drawing matched all 6 numbers drawn. That means the $238 million jackpot is growing to an estimated $275 million for Saturday night's drawing. Tickets to match the first 5 numbers but missed the Powerball win $200,000 each. There were 16 of those nationwide. Last night's numbers, 12, 19, 30, 34, 36. The Powerball was 8. The Power Play was 4. An impressive performance by the Sixers. WDEL Sports and your Delaware AccuWeather forecast coming up.
Looking to gain an edge in the technology or design field? Wilmington College's Division of Information Technology and Advanced Communications offers state-of-the-art facilities equipped with the latest tools. Did you know that Wilmington College has been preparing students for careers in media arts and technology over the past 7 years? Enjoy hands-on experience and personal attention from instructors drawn straight from the industry. To learn more, visit wilmcol.edu. Wilmington College. Achieve balance, achieve success.
I'm Peter MacArthur.
I'm Melanie Armstrong, and here are Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour.
The most complete coverage of the news that matters in Delaware. Every weekday morning, 5:30 till 9 on 1150 AM WDEL.
WDEL Sports, Andre Iguodala's 22 points led the Sixers to a 1-point win at Detroit last night. The Sixers didn't score for the last 2:30 of the game, but managed to hang on to win. Rodney Carney added 16 points for the Sixers. Sammy Dallenberg grabbed 15 rebounds. The Sixers have won 5 of their last 6 games. And in hockey, Pavel Kabina does it again against the Flyers. One night after scoring the winning goal in overtime, Kabina scored the game-winning goal early in the third period to lead Toronto to a win over the Flyers. The win moves the Maple Leafs to within 5 points of the Flyers for the final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast, not too bad. Partly sunny today, high 53. A shower in spots early tonight, otherwise partly cloudy, low 41. Tomorrow is a rainy day, but the high reaching 64. Rain for Saturday as well, a bit cooler, high 51. Get news updates throughout the day, Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 1150 a.m. And to get WDEL News text alerts sent to your cell phone, sign up here at WDEL.com. I'm Chris Carl. Thanks for watching.